If you've spent the last 20 years in corporate America, chances are you've been climbing a very specific ladder. You started in sales, engineering, or marketing, and you got remarkably good at making decisions within that single functional lane. Reaching the senior management team breaks that model entirely. Leaders operate across boundaries, where narrow departmental expertise no longer provides the full picture. Add the pressure of massive technological shifts, like AI. When algorithms rewrite your business, old functional expertise won't keep you steady. The specialized skills that guaranteed your professional survival for your first 2 decades are the exact same skills that will fail you in the next 2. At around age 40, most executives hit a moment of evaluation. You look back at the last 20 years and have to decide if you want to keep doing the same thing for the next 20. It's a professional midlife crisis. Addressing it head-on is a necessary part of a healthy career. The problem is the deep isolation at this stage. When you run a business unit, everyone around you either works for you or you work for them. You can't safely express doubt to your boss, and you can't show vulnerability to your team. If you try to push through this pressure in a vacuum, the results are rarely good. You end up stagnating in a role you've outgrown or making a reactive career change without a clear strategy. Navigating this gap requires an external intervention, a way to step out of the silo and reorient before these pressures lead to a costly professional mistake. This image shows the exterior of the MIT Sloan School of Management. It's the home of the Executive Program in General Management, or EPGM. The faculty here treat it as a midlife crisis initiation program, a structured environment designed to turn isolated specialists into capable generalists. Most working executives cannot abandon their jobs and families for 5 weeks, so the program uses an intense hybrid model, 1 immersive week on campus, followed by digital sessions for 2 mornings every other week. It operates like a mid-career mini MBA. The curriculum strips away your functional blinders by forcing you to grapple with a broad range of operational disciplines: finance, supply chain management, organizational change, and AI implementation. Look at this photo of a team mapped out in front of flowcharts and sketches. It illustrates the continuous human-centered design project EPGM runs from the very first day to the last, serving as a forcing function to break participants out of their usual habits. To develop a new product idea and bring it to market, the program uses deliberate role swapping. A marketing expert might be assigned to build the financial projections, while the finance director has to figure out the marketing strategy. By learning how to effectively prompt AI, these executives find they can generate highly competent answers and execute complex tasks far outside their traditional domains. Cross-functional fluency is forged by being forced to operate entirely without the safety net of your primary expertise. Mastering the coursework is demanding, but the actual hardest part of the program is breaking down deeply entrenched executive egos. This is an aerial view of the Charles River Basin. Toward the end of the program, executives are pulled out of the classroom and sent out onto these paths for an exercise called Take a Walk With. They simply walk and talk side by side with another leader for an hour and a half. Sitting across a boardroom table from someone is intense and defensive, but moving shoulder to shoulder in nature changes your breathing and lowers your guard, allowing for honest conversations about career fears and personal roadblocks. Connecting with leaders from completely different industries provides an agenda-free mirror. In these conversations, you often realize your own leadership habits are stalling your progress, a truth your own team is often too polite or too fearful to mention. The controlled safety of an academic exercise eventually ends. When these leaders return to their organizations, the crises they face are unpredictable and severe. This image of urban warfare reflects the reality for people like Vlad, a Ukrainian entrepreneur in the cohort. Here we see firefighters battling a blaze in a damaged commercial building. In Vlad's context, standard operational planning is impossible. He faces the challenge of manufacturing goods in Kyiv, where the constant threat of bombings dictates every operational decision. If he builds a centralized manufacturing plant, it immediately becomes a military target, forcing him to fragment production into basements across the city. In the exact same cohort, another highly successful consultant faced a different personal crisis, a progressive eye disease that would inevitably leave them blind, requiring a total reinvention of their career. When you face a life-altering crisis, whether it's artillery fire or the loss of your sight, standard management theories fail. You have a struggling division, they usually cannot give you the tactical, high-stakes business advice you need in that moment. Graduating from a crucible like EPGM leaves you with a permanent safety net. You walk away with over 50 truth-telling peers who have no agenda other than to help you, ready to answer the phone when things go sideways. You might enter the program to survive the AI revolution, but you survive the rest of your career because that new network has become your most valuable asset.